Hey, good morning, guys. This is Sean with Rendered Reality.
Yep, I'm Tyler.
And we got a bunch of stuff lined up today. A couple big games to talk about. A couple accessory things. We're getting close to a Quest and a Rift S launch. And what we got, like
Very close.
less than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I don't even know what the date is today right now, but
I know. Oh, I'm just excited for the release day. That's all that matters to me.
finally, after a long wait, very long wait, it's finally coming. So we wanted to go ahead.
I was going to say for almost a full generation headset.
Yeah, for real. So we wanted to go into, since we're coming so close to that release date, we were going to talk about some of the headphone stuff that we've been looking at for the Rift S. And this recently came out. Tested did their review on the Rift S. They put out a video of this. And this is Jeremy from Tested has a 3D print for this file here that you can actually attach headphones on. And he put the link in his video too for the actual headphones that you buy from Amazon. And supposedly they are basically the same thing that came with the CV1, the same headphones. Did you see this, Tyler?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I like it. I like the idea of it. You know, I thought about something like this, but I don't know. They don't look great to me. I mean, I'm sure the headphones are great quality, and especially if they're pretty close to what was on the Rift originally, or it was the same. I just don't feel like it's a all-in-one design that I would want to add.
I think it's a good start. Like, I think it's a good starting point, but I think it definitely, because I mean, the way when I look at this, it looks like it's going to be hard to move them forward and back because that headband gets wider towards the front, right?
It does.
So it's going to be hard to have a lot of movement, and there's no flex joint in the actual thing where the CV1 headphones could pop out and pop back in, and kind of there was a lot more adjustments. So that's the only thing I worry about this. And he did say in his thing that he was going to work on the file some more, you know, to get it to where maybe some more adjustment in it and stuff like that. And and he also said you can mess with the files, like feel free to change things.
Yeah, you can always remix them, but he actually did, I think, include different sizes for location front to back because it does get bigger. So I think if you want it farther ahead, you can print a bigger one and then probably push it.
Right, but that's a lot of work. I mean, that's a lot of work to print a lot of the stuff to move all around. But you have a lot more experience with the 3D printer stuff. And what about like, I don't know much about it, so I'm just curious. But what about material that's more flexible? Like, would there be something that you can print that has any more elasticity to it to where it would be able to move a little bit, or is there not enough?
I mean, you can go down to like PLA and stuff with low info, but I don't think
not a good option.
No.
Yeah, I said, I don't know enough about it, but
I don't know. I still feel like we hit it on the head, and there you go. That's the picture. I think we put out this video on our channel, maybe a month ago?
Yeah, I don't even know. You actually came across these and were like, I'm going to order these things for when we thought we were getting Rift S on F8, so you were kind of ahead of the game just to be prepared, but you came across these and sent them to me. Like, what about these? These would probably work great for the Rift S. I'm thinking about ordering these just to have something day one.
Sure. So I figured just by the spacing and the size of the straps on these that they would actually work. And come to announce, seeing these pictures now, finally they do. And at the price point, where with the tested headphones, I think those headphones were like $40 on Amazon, something like that.
I think they were 30 something.
30. I think, and these headphones were 49 maybe. So
I think they might be cheaper. They were out of stock for a while, and I think they're back in.
But for me, it's a better all-in-one kind of one and done thing. It's not worth it for me to put the time into multiple prints and everything. And I get they don't cost much to print, but.
So right now they got them on Amazon for $39, and I don't know if we talked about what they are, but these are the Bionic Mantis headphones, and these were actually made for the PSVR. But the PSVR, that Rift S has that very similar Halo head strap, so it works. It seems to work really good from what we see. So.
And they sound really good too. And I made a quick video because we weren't 100% because we didn't actually get to test them on it, but I did test them like. With the Rift, I did test them with the Go plugged in, and they really sound good. They really do.
So from what I've heard from some other people, they said that they don't have as much bass, I think it was. Is that correct?
I don't know. To me, they sounded pretty similar to the Rift headphones. Well, I didn't notice like a night and day difference in them. So I thought they were great. I'm super excited for them, truthfully.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, I think
I wish they would
have
make
options.
Factory like this, but.
And I think they will. Like, I think that they are definitely going to. I just don't know how long it's going to be before we have them available. That's what I worry about. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. So, I mean, at least we're getting case for the Quest, but at least
Yeah, and these aren't going to work for Quest. Well, I mean, I guess they might because Quest doesn't have that hard strap. Like, Quest is more like a CV1, so I don't know if we really have any good options for that right now, do we?
No, probably just over the ear. That would be my only thought.
Yeah,
but I still like over the ear personally. I mean, I still want to see the Index headphones. I'm excited for that. But,
yeah. So these are, I think this is from Caleb, his channel, Reality Check VR. I think he's the one that put these images out, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just wanted to say that. So check his stuff out. But, yeah, so, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, we're going to get, right now I'm probably most excited about the Quest because that's, you know, the newest thing that's going to come out the week and get our hands on here pretty soon. And I am bummed to not have a good solution. Like, I guess I'm going to use these maybe with the Quest right off the bat. I don't know. But I sure hope somebody, like, right off the bat comes out with something. And if anybody's working on anything, feel free to shoot us an email or something. We'd love to talk about it and share about it because, we don't know of any really good audio solutions for the Quest right now that I know of.
No, we don't. No, and I know. So last night I was talking to Jason, one of the devs from Drop-In, and he was saying that he's been playing with some things with a Rift S and whatnot, and he loves it. I mean, he absolutely loves it. He said it's night and day different. Won't go to anything else. Says it's the Have 2 headset. So I get it. I mean, it is going to be nice. It's a resolution upgrade. The pixel changes, all of it. It's still a great headset. And for the money, I think it's an easy.
And one of the things we're going to talk about on this episode is some lo-fi. We're going to get into lo-fi a little bit, and not quite yet, but I just wanted to say that the dev on that, somebody asked about LCD screens in the comments of that video that we put out. And if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. But the dev from Lo-Fi said that he's been doing some testing in the Rift S and it works great. It looks really good. So I'm excited because of the way the new lenses and stuff are, because the lighting is one of the things in that game that I love, and I can't wait to see it on that. But that'll be
it's going to be way better. That your black, I mean, not your blacks maybe as much, but your pixelization. Like, I know if I go into Elite Dangerous right now, it's tough, to see, or X-Plane. It's hard to see all those little details.
Yeah, I think the letters is what's really gonna, from what I hear, the letters, it's what is a lot better.
I'm excited to see that.
And since we're talking about resolution and stuff, let's just go ahead and talk about the HP Reverb a little bit.
Yeah.
Is this available yet? Whoops, wrong picture.
Well, allegedly it was going to drop. I know some people have gotten their hands on it. I don't know if
I don't think it's available. It got pushed back and for the public release, and I don't know if you can actually buy it yet or not.
Oh yeah, so this was allegedly through the lens.
Yeah, this is from MRTV. Yeah. This is through the lens of the HP Reverb. And, I mean, from the picture, it just looks incredible. But, I mean, the hard thing is it's really hard to judge these through-the-lens pictures because, you're taking it on a phone camera, and, I mean, it's just not a true representation of what you actually see in the headset. I mean, it'll give you an idea for sure, but I mean, it's hard to judge. Like, I don't know,
It is. There was one I saw that was through the lens that looked really good. I forget where I saw that. It may have been on Reddit. But yeah, it does. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. But if they're having serious issues with it, I mean, that could change all of it. And the controllers in themselves, I'm still not signed up on. So
yeah, I know some of the people, the media outlets they got them, were talking about some issues with like some of the green hue over the screen and stuff. But I haven't heard I haven't watched a whole lot of MRTV stuff on this. But it doesn't seem like he had those issues. So I don't know if they're just having like a little bit of quality control stuff, or I don't know what's going on. But I mean, the big thing is for me is the controllers. I think this would be a great headset for sim stuff. If you want to do the sim racing stuff, if you want to do the X-Plane, there's probably no better headset right now for that. And I mean, you get a little bit of a bump in field of view in this, but I don't think anything real major. But it's just that resolution, the readability and stuff of things.
I mean, you still have Pimax, but I mean, for the money, I mean, this is a lot cheaper and probably a lot better build quality. So I get that.
I did watch his unboxing video, MRTV's, and when he pulled out the box, I thought he was totally pranking us for a second because no joke, it looked like a printer box. Have you ever bought an HP printer box and you got the white box with just the blue HP? It looked just like a printer box. I'm like, oh man, they definitely didn't splurge on the appearance of the package. I was a little bit disappointed in that, but
yeah, I get it. I mean, you're paying premium. I mean, not premium, I guess, but you should be getting something for that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a $600 headset. I mean, it's not. Exactly. I mean, it's not the cheapest on the market. So I went on Amazon, and it is still showing temporarily out of stock. So I don't think they ever actually made it live on Amazon.
Right.
And I don't. yeah, I don't know when you're actually going to be able to get your hands on it. I don't know if they're having some issues with it or what the deal
They
is
could have
exactly.
just
But
pushed out some press kits or something as well, and maybe
yeah.
that's what this is. I'm not sure.
But I forget what the date was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the beginning of May. I think May 6th is what it was. That this was actually supposed to be to go live to order, and that didn't happen. So we don't know exactly what's going on.
It's too bad. I mean, I was pulled for this headset. I know when this got dropped, I was kind of excited about it, but yeah. I mean, it's still same controllers. Don't like them.
So Laser Obese at MRTV said a full review is coming this weekend, so we will watch out for that. I would like to see more on it. I mean, it's because we have the Index pre-orders in, we have the Quest pre-orders in, we don't have the Rift S pre-order in. We just figured when we go to pick up our Quest, to go ahead and pick up a Rift S too. And we were on with Anthony yesterday, and I think he mentioned like, well, what about spending an extra $200 and getting a Reverb? And like, I never really thought about it until he said that, and I was like, would it be a better option to skip the Quest and pick up a Reverb for an extra $200? Because we have a CV1.
Right.
I just don't know.
Except you're still not going to be as good at tracking. I don't like the controllers.
Yeah, but we'll have an Index and a CV1.
True.
So, I mean, just pop this headset on when you want to play Project Cars 2 or Dirt Rally 2.0 that's coming out this summer.
Or run Knuckles with it. I mean, you could run Knuckles.
That's true. I mean, you can. I know people have done the Vive wands with it, so Knuckles should be able to be done.
Sure.
I don't know, but do we really need all these headsets? I mean, I have no idea. This is probably. It's starting to get crazy. I mean, there's just so much stuff coming out right now that it's hard to not want to try everything. I mean, I want to try it all.
And it's hard to give like an honest comparison when you really haven't. A lot of people, it's all skepticism and it's all this sounds good and this sounds good, but in practicality, that was kind of my conversation with Jason last night was that it may not stack up to be the best stats, but it's just an amazing working headset. He said he has no occlusion, like holding up, gun or anything
Rift
like
S,
that.
right?
With the Rift S, yeah. So it's more just about how it works, and they have been working on this for a long time.
Did he say anything about a gun stock? If he has used a gun stock with it?
I asked him. He didn't say that he had used a gun stock with it, but he says when shooting guns, he's had no problem with it.
I know Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis put out a video at first saying he was having some issues, and I think yesterday or something he put out another video, and somebody was commenting yesterday saying something that it's working now or you got it figured out or something. So I need to go back and watch that because I haven't seen that yet, but I am curious to test it myself and see,
And I mean, to me, I would think just because of all, setting up different games with gun stocks, if you just put a little bit of a tilt to it, like if you just turn them to the side a little.
Something. There's got to be something. There's some tricks.
If you're straight in line, then there you go. But if you just give it a little kick to it, that's all that would matter.
So I need to know if Paradise Decay is in the chat. And I did see him a second ago because I just wanted to show him this.
Oh, don't make him jealous. Don't. That's
I got my Paradise Decay cup in. I believe I was the first one to order this. So he put up some merchandise for his channel, and I was like, I got the VR Roundtable cup, and I told him, I need a Paradise Decay cup. So he got that up there, and I ordered it like right away as soon as he got it up there. So I'm pretty sure I have the limited edition collector series number 1. And the only problem is I haven't got him to autograph it yet. And I really want to send it to him so he can autograph it, but I know he won't send it back because he wants to keep it.
You're not getting that back. He wants it.
Yeah, so he is in here. I just wanted to make sure he saw that.
That merch. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. So it's pretty awesome. But
that's funny. Yeah.
So, yeah. I just had to throw that up there. And the coffee is amazing. It tastes even better out of a Paradise Decay cup. I don't know. I didn't say that on the website when I ordered it, but it really does taste better.
World's first. That's great.
World's first. That's awesome.
All right. Yeah, I should print some of those headsets. I know somebody was saying if they print them a different color. I would like to try them just to give it a shot.
Yeah, it's worth a shot for sure. I definitely want to.
Yeah, I feel like with these, I mean, I don't know. I do have them, but they're nice. I mean, they're quality. There's adjustment. They kick out,
that's
stay
what I
out,
want.
which is super cool.
And then does it twist in and like push in and like forward and back?
Okay. They rotate.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like the CV1.
They're literally identical to what was on the Rift. And they expand as well. So when they open up, you can adjust them. So no matter where they're at, as long as they go big enough. But.
And is that all that holds them in place? Is that spring tension right there?
Yeah, just the tension.
And it's enough to they don't move around.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't. Yeah, I actually put them on the Go, which was on the elastic strap. And it just cinched the strap in between there. And once they were on my head, they never moved.
So then technically we should be able to use them with Quest, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll definitely have to let us know once your Quest comes in and put them on there and see what
I
happens.
like them. I mean, it was an early video review of these, and we were still working out our videos, but do check it out. At least it'll give you a little bit of visual of what they look like. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I highly recommend them. I think they're great.
It's going to stink to get the Quest day one, and I like to have to use the audio solution they have. I mean, it'll work okay, but I just, I like the over-ear headphones. I want the one simple thing, pop it on, headphones are on, you're good to go. You get that, spatial audio a little better and stuff. So.
I'll probably put on headphones. I have a really good pair of headphones that I'll use with them, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll get there. We'll learn. Or they'll make something if the demand's high enough as well.
True that. Yeah. So since we're talking Quest a little bit, one thing I did see, this popped up on Reddit, and somebody asked, Dave is the developer of Pavlov, and somebody asked him about putting it on Quest, and so the question was, would a Quest port come for Pavlov? And he said, I think it's doable. I've been experimenting with an Android tablet, and we're good draw call CPU-wise. I'm really just waiting for the Quest to actually try it and see the overall GPU, CPU performance. I don't want to claim Pavlov will come to Quest just because I don't know yet. And he said it's also important to know, there won't be the workshop support. But, I mean, if we could get Pavlov on Quest, that would be pretty huge. I mean, if you go to the VR LFG, and we talked about this, I think, yesterday, the Pavlov is always up there. I mean, it's one of the highest played games on Steam. I mean, obviously under Beat Saber and stuff, and there's some other that, go above it here and there, but it maintains that, top 5 spot pretty well.
Yeah. Yep, I know. It is. I mean, it's a great game. It plays well, and on Quest, it would be a blast. I know I'd buy it. I
I would have to relearn my play style because I'm so used to playing, because, Tyler moves, spins a whole lot more than I do, and I try to stay more stationary, even though I have enough room to move around a little bit. I mean, my room isn't real big, but I'm so used to using the sticks because I don't like getting twisted up in the cord. I don't like tripping over the cord and stuff. So I would have to relearn. It'd be hard to go play it on the Quest and then go back to PC VR because you could be able to have a different play style.
It would be, but that's going to be hard now to go back and forth in general. So, I mean, we're going to be doing that now. It's just going to be the way of the world. So it is. It's tough. But I hope he does get it.
I do too.
To Quest.
That would be big.
It would be great. Yeah.
I mean, I think right now Beat Saber is one of the biggest things that is going to help sell. If you're a software side, I think that's one of the bigger games that's going to help sell the Quest. And I think this would be another one. I think this would be... a lot of people have seen videos of Pavlov, and they like those kind of games, and I think it would help sell it a lot. I mean, we need good games on Quest.
Gunplay. It's quick. You don't have to know all the reloads, be all technical like you do in Contractors. So for people just to get in and go, you can play it.
It's a little bit more simplified, and the graphic style even. The animations and the what you see I can't think of the word, the fire that comes out at the end of the muzzle blast or the whatever. That's a little simplified. And I'm sure he will. Yeah, I'm sure he'll have to cut back. But it's already a little bit more simplified than some of the other games. So hopefully, he says he has it running good on, a mobile GPU, CPU kind of a thing. So, but he just hasn't tested it on Quest.
The map that we put out, I think it was 3 gigs or something like that. It was a huge map, the first one.
Yeah, the first one was really big, and then it got shrunk down a little bit to just a little bit tighter fighting areas. But what was the name of those two? Because they're still up there if anybody...
The big one is called the Yard, and the smaller one's called the Warehouse. Yeah. Which actually, we kind of made it to be more of a larger style gameplay. And what we found out with the larger maps, I kept asking Dave too, I'm like, hey, can we get more time added to the game? Because the matches ran out so fast that on a big map, you couldn't actually get to places and play strategic because it's a lot more run and gun. But he actually did introduce some longer sessions and stuff now. So now they'd be great to get back into. But
so if you do want to check that map out, we had a lot of fun playing it. We used to play that map quite a bit. We haven't played Contractors, Pavlov here in a little while, but...
Yeah.
But it's a good game.
And now I'm sure people are optimizing it a little better. When I made those, that was initial workshop games. So, I had no experience even with Unreal and stuff. So, and I pushed something out. So it's pretty cool. It was fun to do and fun to learn too.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you reading? You joining everybody in chat.
I was typing in chat. Somebody asked about the headphones, and I was saying it's the Bionic Mantis headphones, and they're actually for the PSVR. That's what they're made for. So they don't have a product out yet for the Rift S. Hopefully they do.
A correction to everybody in chat. It's not the Bionim Mantis. It's the Bionic.
I have a really bad there's no autocorrect on my laptop over here, unfortunately, in the chat. So, but you get the drift. Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah. So DLG27 was saying, have you guys seen or what do you think of the Walk OVR locomotion device going on Kickstarter?
Is that the one that Tyrell Wood
Yeah,
did?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't. I mean, it seems interesting. Like, I like the innovation. I like people trying to push the envelope, but there's other ways of doing it in game that seem much more simplified. Like, I mean, you have the arm swing thing. Like, I remember we played one. I can't remember what it was. And it was kind of like you just kind of like bobbed like this, and it would be walking. I don't know. I mean, I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I don't think that's the end all be all product or by any means, but.
I don't. It's I don't feel like it's a necessity. I don't even feel like it's something I would probably want. But that's just me. Some people like that realism interaction thing, so I get it. But
yeah, I think the better solution though would just be full body tracking, like an external camera with full body tracking. I think. Yep. It's just that's a complicated setup. You know, you're strapping all these things on. Like, that's one of the barriers to VR right now. So I don't think it's going to be hard for that to really take off because of just the time. Like, nobody wants to jump into a game for 20 minutes and have to put all that on right before you go in. I mean, I can see its place in some areas and stuff. And I think, if they keep innovating and maybe simplify things, it could definitely be something.
So I've kind of been wanting to talk about this too. You bring up like the full body tracking and then even hand tracking. So for me, I don't feel either that is a good solution or that it would work for me because one, okay, you want to walk in a game, you have to walk in place. That's not natural either, Or two, if you want to grab something, I actually physically like having a controller in hand because I feel like I'm holding something.
Right.
If I were to just reach out and fake grab something, that doesn't really work for me. I don't like that.
Well, it's like that one video we were showing where I forget what game it was now, but he was using leap motion, like hand tracking, and he actually had like the 3D printed sticks for his cockpit. So if it's all that kind of stuff, then that makes sense. Like if you have it set up 1-to-1 and you see your hand reach out and you can grab it and you're actually grabbing what you see in the game, I think that's where the immersion comes. But you're right. Like, I don't want to reach out and be like, oh, I'm going to pick up this gun. And like, I'm holding the gun, but I'm not holding anything. I'd rather have a controller in that sense. It
was only better for like arcade style. So if you had like a cockpit built or something where it was always the same, always there, I get that. But for the regular consumer, I just don't see it.
Yeah, unless it's sim stuff. I can see for sim stuff. It's hard to understand for some of the other stuff right now. But, I mean, who knows where the technology is going to go? I mean, I think...
Yeah, so, like, sim stuff, I actually set my HOTAS, like, right where I, like, see them in-game so that they feel, and I get that,
So that would be cool, though, to see your hand reaching to it. You know what I mean? So that's where I think it needs to go. That's what I like to see. But
I do too.
If we have anybody in chat that is not subscribed to the channel, if anybody wants to subscribe to the channel, because we added this little widget in here that should pop up your name.
Oh, yeah. That's
and I would love to see if it works. I don't know if we just added it in like 5 minutes before we went on. We were trying to figure out how to do it. So I'm just curious. So if anybody does, let us know if it pops up. We should see it too, but...
Yeah, it may not even be working. We don't know.
Yeah, it might not work at all. I have no idea. So don't count on it if you do it.
If it says something crazy, we do apologize.
Yeah, fireworks start going off, and screen blows up. I have no idea. So we got like two big kind of games to talk about a little bit today. I don't know if you want to start with one of those and jump into one of those.
Before we get to one, somebody was just saying about the Vive wireless adapter. I really want to try a wireless adapter. I really do. That's kind of where I want to go with things too, just because now I'm going to have the Quest and like wireless, but I would love for there to be something that works with the Index natively.
Yeah.
And it may from other things. I mean, they're all going to have basically the same inputs, so I would think that they might. But they may. I don't know if it has to. I don't know exactly how they work. If it has to sync up, with the hertz and the refresh rate.
That's I think going to be the difficulty with the Index right off the bat. Like, I mean, they could. I don't know, because the Index is probably pushing more information, and with the hertz, I mean, you could drop the hertz down so you could run it at 90.
It would be handicapped. Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, right off the bat, I doubt they can do the 120 or the 244 or whatever it is, but hopefully we get there. Like.
Right. But I wouldn't expect it to as an add-on. I wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, I don't need that. If I have 90, I'm good. If it's wireless, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm all in on that. But yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think once we get Quests and stuff, we're going to be a little bit spoiled with that wireless, being wireless. So hopefully we can get, a reliable, easy setup wireless solution for PCVR down the road. Because the one that's currently out with TV Cast and stuff, I mean, a lot of people love it and they couldn't go back, and other people have had a lot of issues getting it set up, and you have to mount the thing up high to see your space, and I don't know. I mean, it just seems a little complicated right now, but I think you got to start somewhere.
It had a lot of issues, but I do think they ironed a lot of that out. I don't hear much
so
about
now.
it.
Yeah, and a lot of people use nothing but that. I mean, a lot of people use that every time they go into VR. So
I know. I would love to try it. I really do want to. I really do. But yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
I don't even know what I was saying.
About games, man.
Oh, okay.
Cool games coming.
Well, let's talk about lo-fi. Do you want to talk about lo-fi?
I do.
I mean, that was... So I think
butter on my bread. It's good stuff.
I think we're going to go into the movie theater here.
It's good. I was wanting to sit and watch it.
And I should have the sound turned off on this, because this is just clips from our video that we put out. I just kind of cut up some stuff I'm going to talk about. So this area right here, when you go into this spot, like there's no UI built into the game. This was just to show character models and graphics and stuff.
Make sure you do have this muted too, by the way.
I recorded it with no audio.
All right, good.
But yeah, there's nothing planned.
Blast out everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So we don't have any audio, but I mean, the visually in this game is just amazing. Like, I mean, the lighting in this game is crazy. I mean, it's just the world, like just right here, like when you first go in, this is kind of where you start. And this is not in the game. This is just, a little build that we got to go into to check out, and Paradise Decay did as well. And the world just looks amazing. Like, here's the gunshot, like shooting the gun in the shooting range. And like when you're in there, there's literally like this huge pulse of a blast that comes out from the gun. And it's almost like you don't feel it, but it's almost like you do. And the lighting here, like the reflections on that glass, and I mean, the lighting in the game is one of the big things that stood out to me.
The reflection, the rain on the windows, that kind
right
of stuff,
here,
the little detail. Yeah, there.
So I walk up to the window, and there's this crazy bright light from that thing over there shining in my face. I couldn't see anything, and then it went away, and you just see the raindrops running down the glass.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, it's just. I mean, I just wanted to stay in there. I didn't even want to leave, and it's not even a game yet. You know what I mean? You see the Nintendo Power Glove thing sitting there. And when I first was in there, I didn't even realize that's what it was. Somebody in the comments said it's a Nintendo Power Glove. I was like, oh, that is what it is. Like, it didn't even click. I was just like so blown away by the game. I was just taking a bunch of stuff in, but
so cool. I know there's a lot of Easter egg stuff in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look at. So I mean, I am super excited about this game. So I mean, it's just, I mean, going in there, the world is just amazing. You feel transported to a different place. I mean, you really do. Like, and it's going to be really easy to just get lost in this world exploring and, gameplay. And one of the things I wanted to say right here when you first start out is, like, none of the characters yet have any UI. But, so I wasn't expecting any of the characters to move, and I went to walk away, and that girl was watching me. Like, her head followed me, and I was like, whoa, like, I wasn't expecting that. It's kind of weird, I mean?
Because everything was mostly stagnant.
There I was dancing a little bit. But so I hit a button in the ship there, like the flying car, and music came on, and I just started dancing. I don't know. It's a lot of good music, though, too. And we talked about some of this on VR 365 yesterday. We were on there with Anthony, and we were talking about the spatial audio and the way they're doing some things with the audio. And I think they did a little bit in Technolust too. This is actually the dev from Technolust. This is Iris VR, and I don't know if he's going to be in chat or not. I don't see him in here yet, but one of the rooms you walk into the room and you hear music coming from the corner of the room. Like, you can hear exactly where it's coming from, and you walk back there and there's a boombox sitting up on the shelf. Like, and as soon as you walked into the room, you could tell exactly where the audio source is coming from. You know what I mean? So like,
sensory stuff like that for me is huge. Like, the spatial audio in that, like location based, is unbelievable, because you have to trigger all your sensors in VR. And I feel like a lot of games now are just worried about, environment and what you see, which is great, and it needs to. But man, when you start adding in all these other elements, like the lighting coming in, spotlights, sound, the rain, hearing the rain hit the glass and stuff like that, that's just unbelievable.
Right. And I mean, the lighting in here doesn't even do it justice in the video. Like, I mean, you can never judge a VR game by a video anyways, and we all know that. Anybody that's been in VR, we know that. But
that's the crazy thing. Everyone's commenting that this looks amazing flat. Like, our video of this, if you haven't seen it, which I'm sure you have, I think it's got like 5,000 views already in a day.
Which is pretty high for us.
Yeah, which is amazing. But it is unbelievable watching it. Like, I would play this flat. Like, it looks like an Xbox game.
And he talked about maybe doing it flat too. So this is not going to be an Oculus exclusive. It will be on Steam as well. So it'll support all the Steam headsets, and he also talked about doing a flat version. But like, one of the things I was saying about the lighting, like when I was in there, like in that hotel room where I was looking through the glass and it was raining, when that spotlight shined into my face, like in the video, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it was like blinding, like it would be in real life. Like, if you were in that room in a real spotlight on top of a building was shining in your
yeah.
face in a window, you'd be like, whoa, like, I mean, that's what I did. I was like, oh my goodness, like, that's so bright. What is that light? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
I know.
and that's what
I
it
mean,
was.
even the lighted signs in the street and stuff with the depth and the light reflections and it's just,
and the ship mechanics. If you've played Aircar, and if you haven't played Aircar, you should. It's a free little experience on Oculus, and you just fly around basically in a car. But it feels a lot like this. Like the controls are similar, and the flight in this game is awesome. I mean, there's just gonna be so much to explore and stuff in this game, and this was just such an early look at a real basic package that he has put together right now without everything being built in, and it was already like, I loved it. I mean, I messaged him the first time I went in, and I was like, wow, like, I'm in love. Like, I'm blown away. And
like, what did you do to me? Now I can't actually play it. Like, you see all this and you can't actually play the game.
Yeah, and
I feel like that's almost more torture.
And another thing, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but we're running kind of beastly machines, and we're running 2080s, and this game ran like perfectly smooth for me. And I messaged him and I said, this is running great for me. Like, I mean, it's run perfectly smooth. I have no hiccups. And he's like, really? Like he was surprised because he's not done optimizing it yet. But Paradise Decay also did a video on this, and
1080?
he has a 1060, so he has a 1060 6 gig, and he said it ran good for him too. So I mean, I was really surprised that at this point in the game, it's already being that well optimized to be able to run on so many different things. You know what I mean? So I was really glad to hear that it ran so well for him.
Actually, I should run it on my 1060 just to see. I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah, you still have your old PC. So me and Tyler had the same PCs when we bought a package deal with Rift through Best Buy a while back in 2016, and then we both upgraded for Black Friday to a new PC that was on sale with a 2080, and I sold mine to my cousin, and Tyler still has his, and it just sits there. Like, I don't know why, but I mean, you're about to have a couple more headsets, so you need to put that thing to use somewhere somehow.
Well, maybe I could. Maybe when I get some people coming over and trying it,
Yeah. Just set up one setup in the in your office there, and set up the other one in the living room or something.
Sure,
I mean,
absolutely.
you could totally do that. It'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, this game it's going to blow everything out of the water, I feel like, just because of the depth of it all.
Right.
Just the depth of gameplay, depth of the map, levels, whatever you want to call it, open world. I love open world.
Yeah, me too. So they're right now they're talking about a 2020 release date, so it's going to be a little while, but they are planning to do a Kickstarter, and they said mid to late summer, and they talked about having a demo out before that. So right now this isn't playable for, like, you can't just download this on Oculus or Steam yet, so hopefully there will be a demo soon, though, and then everybody will get to kind of see what we see.
Yeah,
I don't know what the demo will entail, but...
And if they don't have the demo before, I know they'll push it out during the Kickstarter.
Right.
So if you do sign up for the Kickstarter, you'll get either a demo or a beta. It depends on probably where they're at when they start the Kickstarter.
So from what he told me, that if you're a Kickstarter backer, you will get the build. Like, you'll get the build as he's doing it or whatever. So you'll get to play a lot more of it than probably just the demo. So I'm guessing there'll be a general public demo, and then there will probably be, a build for the backers. So So we should get to see it before 2020. So that's good, because I mean, I want to see more. I cannot wait to see more. Like, I truly love this.
If he gets this out, like even a demo or the pre-build alpha beta, whatever that may be, right around holiday when everyone's getting these headsets, would be unbelievable for him. That would be great.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. We'll definitely try to keep you up to date. So we're going to keep up on this and, tell you what's going on for sure. So.
Yep, it's amazing. I just love Blade Runner-esque type stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't understand why we don't have a whole lot more of this in VR. The whole cyberpunk world. Like, I'm surprised. Like, it seems like a very popular genre, and even just this video, from what we've talked to people about it, most people are really excited about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't understand why we haven't seen a whole lot more of this. And Technolust did come out, but that was
that's
like
what somebody was just
early.
asking in chat. Yeah, Technolust is awesome. It's definitely a good buy. It's a great game. It's not going to be as, maybe developed as VR has come, but for how old it is, it's a great game.
I mean, that game came out like right around the time CB1 launched. Like, when that game was out, that was before we had touch controllers. Like, they actually added touch support later on down the road for the game. So, I mean, that was before anybody even figured out what to do in virtual reality. You know what I mean? Like, nobody even knew. So, the dev knows way more now and has way more knowledge and ability to do all that stuff, and it's just going to be so much better. And you can see that from the early build just in what we saw already.
It kind of has a resemblance of it. I mean,
it does, yeah. I mean, it's the same cyberpunk feel. For
My hope for another game is like a more post-apocalyptic game, kind of like a Mad Max style. That would be, that's my other go-to. That'd be
for sure.
just seeing something you can't see, you know, in real life like that.
Yeah, I would love that. And open world, anything open world. And
Yeah.
the only thing with Lo-Fi is I think it's going to be a single player game. I haven't heard anything other than that, so that's just what I'm assuming. But man, if he would add co-op, that would be like I mean that game in co-op, because I just love the exploration with a friend. You know what I mean? Like going in together and be like, oh my goodness, look what I found over here. Look at this. You know what I mean? That's what I really want. That's what
we spend hours in the forest for that reason. Exploring and finding things and doing things.
I mean it's a massive open world game and you can do so much. So I mean not even just gameplay aspect. There's just so much exploration that, you know, is added to the game. So
right.
That's
people
cool.
in chat were asking if we tried anything with like VorpX and stuff. We haven't actually played with that. Just it's kind of too much screwing around for me. I mean, I always wanted to. My ultimate was to try like GTA and stuff, but
and the bad thing is with it is you can't do the multiplayer. You can get GTA running with VorpX, but you can't do the multiplayer, and that's what kind of stinks. If you could do multiplayer in it, I think we would probably try to mess around with it. And Paradise Decay has done some VorpX stuff. I've watched some of his stuff. He I can't remember all the games he's done now. He could tell you, but if you want to see some of that, you know, go to check it out on his channel.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just a little too much screwing around for me. Not when there's other stuff I can just jump into and go, probably. Unless it was a game I wanted to. I
think if it was earlier, where we didn't have as many games to play in VR, I think it would be, I would totally want to try it. But right now we have so many options, and like I can't even keep up with all the stuff that I want to play. You know what I mean? Like I don't even get to play everything I want to play. So at this point in time, I'm just not willing to spend the time to mess with it, really.
And typically we're spending our time now in builds and not actually gameplay.
Yeah.
And we talked about that too. We would love to do like maybe some gameplay after one of our shows and jump in and play with some people.
Yeah, we need to try to do that.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I mean, I know, see, we always love to go back to Contractors, but there's nobody in there. And I don't know if any of you guys, you know, are into that or actually what do or don't you guys like about that? Because I don't know why people really don't play it more. And maybe it's just the player base.
Yeah, maybe I think it's just the fact that Pavlov and Onward have been out so long and they have just such higher numbers. But I love Contractors, so I'm hoping they're going to be pushing another update soon. They said something like a week or two ago, and then I haven't heard anything else. But there was some updates in Standout. You know, we follow them on Discord, and they had some updates that just got pushed out the other day, and we haven't been back in there. I don't know what all was involved in that. But
oh, yeah, they added like an alien ship or something, didn't they?
I don't know what they did. So they did.
I'm pretty sure. There's been a lot of updates in games.
So there's a new map. It says, we're happy to announce that the last pre-release update is now live with new content, important netcode modifications, new map, red barrels are back, Oculus SDK compatibility, new vehicles, constructions, and headphones. Which I didn't understand the headphones part.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, is there headphones that you put on your character in the game?
You know how like, yeah, you know how you have shirts and bandanas and all that
That's
stuff?
what I thought maybe. I wasn't sure. But I haven't been in there, but... Oh, yeah, I think so, because it looks like in the picture that maybe the character is wearing headphones.
That's got to be it.
Oh, but in the picture, though, there is a blimp. Like
I thought I saw something.
Hot air balloon.
Yeah, I saw something.
So that's pretty cool. So and maybe so it says constructions. I'm wondering if they're doing like a build thing, kind of like, what was that game? Fortnite. So I wonder, because in the picture, I mean, I don't have it uploaded, but if you can see that, there's like that under construction, it shows like the thing. Right. But... I don't know. Yeah. So we do need to check that out. I used to love that game.
Yeah, I know. The other one that just had a big or new map is it out or coming? Was Zero Caliber?
I believe it's out. I haven't. Although I don't think I've seen my
people
thing update. Let me see where I put this. Sometimes I forget where I put stuff. So here it is. I'm gonna turn the sound on for this, I think.
Make sure it's turned down. Blast it.
So we'll just play this real quick and we'll watch it.
If it's too loud, let us know. climb the tower. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks pretty good. It's called Frostbite, obviously, but
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty good. And we need to go back in that game. We bought that game when it first came out, and they're just the thing that hasn't brought us back to keep going back for more is the PvP. And I did reach out to them and ask them about the PvP if we could get some kind of idea of a date of when they want to have that pushed out by. And I haven't heard anything back yet, but hopefully they'll get back to us and we can let you guys know.
They have great mechanics. The maps look good. I agree. I went back in and played by myself for a little bit. Actually, I played, online co-op is what I did. So I played with some other people.
Yeah.
So we should go back in that together. That would be
because
fun.
they've done a ton of. The good thing about it, I want the PvP, but the good thing about it is that they've been slowly perfecting the game. You know, they've been doing a lot of updates, so they've been making it better and better and better each time. So once we do get the PvP, then it's going to be a much better core game for the PvP. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to get something that's not going to work real well and stuff. It's going to be good.
Maybe they don't have anybody who works on network stuff over there all that much, so maybe they just, Yeah,
I don't know. They said it's coming. I know they said previously that it is coming, so we'll definitely see it.
Also, before the game dropped, I think we had a beta build of it. They said initially it was, coming soon, But
yeah, and it is taking a little longer than what we thought for sure, But I mean, we need to go back in. The game looks awesome, and it is awesome. I mean, it plays really well. I mean, it's a really good game, so we definitely highly recommend it. And
I just like showcasing people putting them in the room with all the guns and letting them play, guys that like guns.
The gun range. I mean, you go in there's just guns everywhere on the wall and the gun range. It is really cool.
Yeah, it's a great demo for people just to try like that. But yeah, gameplay wise, we love PvP.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'm gonna play this trailer. This is called Mr. Hackjack Robot Detective. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, and it is on Steam today. I think it just went live. We're gonna play this little trailer. It looks pretty cool. So this does have audio too. Hopefully the audio levels are good.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, it has a lot of interaction.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely is kind of something I wasn't expecting or whatever, but I looked it up on Steam today. I might be able to pull the webpage up. Let me see. And I think there was only one review, and it is on sale right now. So it's normally $14.99. It's on sale right now for $12.74 until May 17th. So if you want to check that out, let me see if I get this pulled up here.
It does look like a really good interactive game, especially for somebody getting new, learning controls, because it doesn't, it kind of walks you through some of it, it looks like, but looks like a lot of fun.
Let me re-get this in here. For some reason it lost it. So
yeah, there's a couple new games that have come out.
So I was looking at the reviews actually, and I mean, so if you read about it, it's kind of like a detective story, where and it almost reminds me of like the Minions and stuff. The way these little guys, there was another little trailer where these little guys like interact with each other and stuff, and it kind of reminded me of that, like kind of cute kind of stuff. But basically, you're like a detective and you have to reconstruct crime scenes and try to solve it. And you, I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it looks pretty cool. And the thing that got me was the one review, which was actually really good.
Yeah,
and he said he really liked it. I'm going to try to get it. So can you see that whole thing?
Yeah.
It won't show read more for some reason. But he basically said that he wasn't expecting much, and he was actually really liked trying it. He said, I'm quite glad that I didn't. I'm surprised at the moment of the polish in the game from a small dev team. And I mean, everything he had to say was really good about it. The only thing he said was that the puzzles were a little bit not real hard for him.
Right.
You know what
They
I mean?
don't look super hard.
Yeah. But it looks like a fun game, and I mean, it is on sale right now. And the dev team is Donut VR.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
I think they're out of what, Tokyo? I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah. Did you happen to grab any of that stuff from the tower?
No, I didn't. I asked you what that was, and I don't think you responded, or I missed it. But
So, and you could probably pull it up on Steam too. But
is it on Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam. It is. I think it's on there now. It should be. Yeah, it's just called The Tower. It looks like a really cool experience to let people try VR for the first time. No, it's none of those.
It's not this?
No.
Nope. Is it just called The Tower?
Yeah. Yep. Just hit enter.
One?
No. Don't click it. Just hit enter. There you go. Oh no. Type The Tower and hit enter. Now scroll down. Hit relevance at the top and go to upcoming or newest, whatever it is, release date.
I don't know.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So maybe it's only something I have. I don't know. I don't think it's a build, but so what it is it's basically a roller coaster game. But if you've ever seen like I don't know, like Disney, they have this roller coaster. What's it called? The elevator one. You go up this elevator.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like
the haunted elevator or something.
Yeah.
Like that?
So it's kind of like you go up to this tower and it's like dusk. And you go up to the top, and essentially it's like a roller coaster, but it freaks you out. Like it's just straight drops and like over the top stuff. And it looks really cool. And I feel like it'd be a great thing to like show people, like, hey, this is what it makes you feel, like your stomach rolls, you know? Because I know with just some roller coasters, you know, games that people do like that. But this one's like over the top visually. Like you look out and you can see like the sunset from way up high and look across the land. It looks really cool.
Maybe we'll have to get that for the next one. I'm not sure. I didn't get that one soon enough. We'll definitely try to talk about that one next time. So I haven't even seen it, so I am curious to see that.
Yeah, I really do like it. It does look cool.
Yeah. So the other one that we have to talk about that's a pretty big one coming, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it now, is the Battlewake, and this is from Survios, which Survios has done so much already in the VR space. You know, I mean, they've given us tons of games. So
yep.
Let's see what all they have put out. So they've put out Raw Data in 2017, then they came out with Sprint Vector, Electronauts, Creed, Rise of Glory, and they have a Survios VR Arcade. And we've tried a couple of these. The one we haven't tried that I'm curious about is Electronauts, because I think me and you would probably really like that, and we haven't tried that.
No, so, I know, because I'm a big audiophile. So for me, I really have been thinking about this actually this week for whatever reason. Is wanting to try that, but yeah.
Yeah, so we do need to try that, because I've tried. You know, I've played Creed, and we both played Raw Data together back in the day, and I did play Sprint Vector. I've played that, but that was like made my arms hurt a lot. It really did. It was a cool game though, but there's just that there wasn't a lot of people on. I don't think once I tried it. Like I didn't try it when it first came out.
Sure, I get that.
But so we can show the trailer for Battlewake, and this should have audio.
Oh yeah,
too.
That's right. We do have that.
Oh.
One of a lost city, and a mystical throne sealed away inside of it. Are ye brave enough to join the fray? Oi, Captain, there's good winds today. Try to catch 'em so we can speed ahead. Fire the broadside! Keep your hands steady, lads! We've got them on the run! Batten down the hatches! Incoming fire! The cotton sank one again, lads! Keep hitting where it hurts, swabbies! Unleash the Kraken! You have everyone accounted for. It be time to set sail. Battlewake.
So I mean that looks really good from the trailer.
So, hey, I did find it. Here we go. So for me, it reminds me a lot of what like Hover Junkers was, and I feel like Hover Junkers, I think, was an awesome game that got dropped because it was so early, and it was just such a small player base,
right?
Which is too bad. But this kind of reminds me of that, like the same kind of play scheme.
Yeah,
like,
because they are going to have some multiplayer stuff and all that. The one thing that sticks out to me is that one of the things we have in VR is a lot of 3D, a lot of in-your-face stuff. And I don't think some people take advantage of that quite enough sometimes. Sure. And this, to me, looks like, there's just stuff blowing up. There's stuff flying past you, the water. Yeah. Like, I feel like in this game, exactly. Like, it looks like they take really good advantage of that. And I think this is going to be, something that's really fun to play. We really haven't gotten anything like this yet in VR either. This is something pretty new to the space, and it looks.
They have a lot of experience making games and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
for sure. They're not new to the VR thing at all. So that's even better because they can every game they make they learn something from, and they can use that in their next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing I am really curious about is they talked about the locomotion, and I'm trying to find where it said that. Did you read it? So it says the technology. So it says no seasickness. It says, from raw data's teleshift to sprint vector's fluid locomotion, Survios has made great strides in challenging the standards of VR movement. Battlewake marks Survios' first venture into vehicular locomotion and combat in VR, with a proprietary technology coined the Immersive Vehicle System. Using adaptive physics and peripheral effects subsystems, players can focus on the battle at hand and take on the wildest waves while limiting the common triggers of seasickness. So I'll be really curious to see exactly what all they did to, because this, I could see this making people motion sick, but they're putting things into there to
I wonder if they're doing that just by objects, like keeping objects close to you, that you're not just overlooking the water. I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're doing.
That's one thing.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're moving your horizon to try and stop it from, you moving your head and, bothering you. I don't know.
That's the one thing I'm really curious about this game. That is, I think the visual effects look really good, and I'm really curious of how they're doing that and what all they have in place to help that. Because, that sounds cool. They definitely, the game looks like it's pushing the envelope, some, but they're still able to make it playable for a lot more people, and that's really awesome if that's, works out.
And I think it looks good with all the their colors and everything, it really pops. It looks real good. Colorful. Yeah. I do like that. That's kind of what Fortnite did. They made stuff really extreme colors, and it does look good, when you look back on it and record videos and put them out there. All that's good.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff. So they're saying they're going to have upgradable warships. So there's 13 different ship-based weapons, draw inspiration from naval battles, both real and imagined. they're really putting some really cool stuff into this game. I'm really excited about this.
I know. It does. It does look really fun.
Yeah.
And it's, to be anything multiplayer and stuff too is just awesome.
Yeah, and they have multiple game modes. So you have single player, PvE to cooperative multiplayer gauntlets to PvP deathmatches. Battlewake delivers a rip-roaring vehicular VR adventure and watery chaos. So, I love that it's not just a single-player game or it's not just a multiplayer game. I like all those options,
Yeah. It, honestly, to me, it's going to take the place of, hover junkers.
Yeah.
Sure. Except, I don't know... It's too bad, though, that you couldn't have, multiple people on a ship, because I think everything that I've seen...
Can you not? I don't know.
I think it's all one person per ship. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything with two people on them, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be even better. I really hope. But, I know that complicates things in some ways, but I definitely hope that we do that. Yeah, it's definitely possible, so hopefully we get that.
Yeah, it is. I did send you that link to that game, too, by the way.
So Paradise Decay said no seasickness because you are the boat. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I get that. I do. Yeah, that might be it. That could be. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Get your thing here. So is this it?
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, this thing's awesome.
Huh? So is this out?
I think it's...
Yeah, it says release date April 11th, 2019 is what it says. Yeah, I don't know if it's actually...
Tomorrow? Today, yeah.
Is today? Oh, yeah. No, today's May. We're in May.
Oh, April. Oh, yeah, so
this should be out.
But I don't think it is out yet.
Oh, now it says May 13th, so
that's
release date on top.
Yeah,
okay,
it's coming a couple days.
Yeah, so, it got pushed back some. But I haven't seen this. I don't think I've seen this.
I know, but visually, I think this just looks amazing. The lights, the darkness, the sunset.
It looks really good, actually.
I know. See all that flying past you? It'd be great. I think it'd be cool to throw somebody in this at first. Look at the streets.
It says taking you higher than any theme park dare to take you, which I like that. Push the envelope, put me really high, make me feel uncomfortable. I like it.
Do something.
And if you're afraid of heights, if you're afraid of heights, it's even better. I guess for me, not for you, but
nobody's like talked about this, and I'm like, I think this game just looks awesome.
Yeah, the tallest skyscraper until you are high over the city before plummeting to the ground as you grip tight for every stomach-churning twist and turn. Can you hold your nerve on this exhilarating? Because it is kind of like just a roller coaster game, right? Just a bunch of different rides.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
But it looks like they're doing a little bit on another level. Like you said, that lighting and the graphics and stuff, like this looks to be on a kind of another level.
Yeah, it's not just like, everyone's tried their like roller coaster ones.
Yeah, I mean, that was when VR first came out, that's what everybody went to. Everybody wanted to make a roller coaster game.
Yeah, and they were great experiences. I mean,
there were some that were fun.
At first. Yeah. Absolutely. So this just looks like it steps that up to like a current level.
And hopefully they keep up on that too, because I know, you got to have something to keep people coming back, so hopefully they're doing constant updates. Maybe, I don't know what they can do, but just to keep it interesting.
For sure. But, with that kind of stuff, I feel like it's easy to, because they can just add new coasters. It's not like it's a whole game build.
So Fantasy Film Production said even higher than the Plank experience. So that'll be interesting to see,
right?
how it turns out. But
I still have yet to do that, man.
Quest.
I'll do it with the Quest.
Quest.
That's what. Yeah, Quest is where it's at.
That is definitely going to be one to try. As
long as nobody goes face first and breaks my new headset.
Oh, that's going to happen. Speaking of that, we were talking about that a little bit yesterday. I'm trying to remember where I put these. So I did grab a couple of these VR fail things.
Oh yeah,
because they crack me up. This is one I seen on Reddit the other day.
Anthony show, yeah.
I'm just so sick when I see these things. They just crack me up. Like, watch this. He's like, oh, what's in that engine bay? Oh, that's pretty. Oh man, it just face plants into the wall. I don't know why I find these things so funny, but they crack me up. Like I was looking these up yesterday, and some of the ones I've seen before I had trouble finding, so I didn't get a bunch of them, but. Oh my goodness, they're just so funny. I've
seen them too. I've seen all of them, and it's just I could keep watching.
I don't know why it's so funny. Oh, it cracks me up. So this is the other one I got. This one I thought was pretty good too. Like this is an accident waiting. She just clocks him in the head. It's so
actually, I had one of these happen of my own. So on my ceiling here in my office, I have like an Edison bulb and a big light canister around it. So I think we were playing. What's that?
I said you did, right?
I did. So we were playing Standout, and I decided to throw a grenade, I think, and I literally overhanded the grenade and just nailed it, shattered it.
I remember hearing it, yeah. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, it was bad. And then I'm like walking in glass. It was a bad day.
I mean, this stuff definitely happens. And my thought is with Quest, I mean, how much more are we going to see this? Because, right now with wired PCVR, we have dedicated areas for this. People are going to be taking the Quest everywhere. And I mean, I know when I used to have this set up in my living room, and I would have family and stuff over, and my nephew would be playing VR and stuff, or somebody else would be playing, and he would walk through the room. It's like, dude, you gotta watch where you're walking, because if you walk close, I mean, you never know when somebody's gonna swing something. They have no idea you're there, just like in this little clip here.
And even though the boundaries pop up, people are so concentrated on what they're doing, they'll go right through it. It doesn't matter if you have boundaries.
Oh yeah, I mean that happens a lot, especially for new people that aren't used to knowing that boundary means to stop. But and also with the tracking of the Quest and the Rift S, like when you have your boundary set up and you go outside of that, it's going to pop up the pass-through. But what about when somebody walks into that play space? What about an animal that walks into that play space, or a person?
Good question.
Like, I don't know how that's going to react to that. Will it not show anything, or will it show something pop up? I have no idea. I don't know if anybody knows in chat if they've tried it yet, but I'm curious to see how that works.
Yeah, I would think not, because it's only looking for those boundaries. It's not looking for objects inside of that. So
that's what I would think.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I just love these things. They crack me up. So I'm pretty sure we're about to see a whole lot more of these things, because I mean, I think Quest is gonna. I mean, we're gonna see some crazy stuff people are doing with Quest. I mean, it's
so if any of you that are watching this, hearing this, if you get a Quest and you let somebody try it, make sure you have a camera rolling, because it's going to happen.
You're going to get some good footage, that's for sure.
Yep.
And that is one thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit, is that with Quest coming out, I mean, this is definitely going to be our biggest opportunity right now as people that love VR to spread the message. You know what I mean? So make sure, and we talked about this a little bit last episode, I think, but making sure you just let people try it, put people in VR. And one of the things that I know I struggle with that I have to remind myself not to do is that I know I'm going to put people in a quest and be like, oh, you think this is cool? Wait till you try the index. You know what I mean?
They lose it, yeah.
But I need to not do that because, because if you tell people like there's something so much better than this, then they all want that instead of the $400 quest, which the $400 quest is going to be plenty good enough for somebody to get into VR. Yep. And so like we need to help sell people on VR and then they can move to that next level once they get the quest and surpass that.
And those people aren't going to know how to set stuff up and download everything and go through all the process. They're used to phones with app stores and grabbing it and going way easier.
So I'm excited. I can't wait to show people the quest. I mean, I plan to try to take it to work and all kinds of cool stuff. So
could you imagine, at an office? I know somebody, who was it? Fantasy Film was just saying that if your boss walks in and swing and hit him or whatever, like take him out.
Make sure you're recording for that one because you might get fired and at least you can be internet famous with that out there on the internet.
Just blame VR for it, right? There's no pass-through cameras.
Yeah. You actually have the pass-through on. You can just pretend it was an accident. Don't do that.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, I got to get that coffee cup, man. You're making me jealous.
Man, that's nice, right? So if you do want one of these, Paradise Decay does have, I believe, he can tell you on here. I don't know if it's linked in all of his videos yet or what, but he has a site that you can order these from. Yeah. And we'll probably end up doing something like this eventually, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how you started talking to him and looking into it was because we started talking about, just doing it because we wanted to actually just get coffee cups for ourselves. And we're like, well, if we're going to do that, why don't we just,
that's what we were going to have them made just for us to have on the show, but I don't see it on his link. Although maybe it's in his
I think it might be in a
about me part.
Description, maybe?
The about part.
Description of a video, I think, is where I saw it.
Yeah, I was looking. I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm sure he's in chat and he can let you know where you can find it if you do want to get one. Because I think the little his logo of his avatar and stuff I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's a really cool coffee cup, honestly. It is really cool. I enjoy it.
Number one.
Yep. I love having cool coffee cups for the show. It's called Coffee in VR, so it just seems fitting to have a cool coffee cup.
I know. So actually, to go to that, I'm going to get a little off topic, but it's hard for me with this show to not wake up and drink coffee because I actually do try and wait to drink coffee with you guys. And my wife this morning is like, why don't you just drink coffee? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I want to sit and drink coffee with everybody else. Not fair. I can't do that.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody else watching right now is actually drinking their coffee.
I know, right?
I hope that
too bad people can't send pictures of their coffee.
Yeah, they should do that. I wonder if YouTube will ever do that where we can upload pictures. It might get a little harder to moderate if you allow people to upload pictures in there.
So actually, if you do, you guys could drop it in our Discord, and we could even put them on next show too.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
That, yeah. So go ahead and if you have a cool coffee cup or your cool coffee pot or whatever coffee you're drinking, put that in the Discord. We can even make a channel for it where everybody just talks about coffee. Cool. Yeah, I think we need to do that. It's a genius idea.
Recommend coffee brands and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down. I like trying something new. I mean, I love Pete's coffee, but I also like all kinds of coffee. So
yeah.
One other thing I did want to talk about was the index controller batteries. This has me concerned a little bit.
I know you've been talking about this. I would agree. I do.
So the index controllers are going to have built-in batteries. They're going to be rechargeable. Whereas with touch, we can hot swap batteries, and the touch controllers are actually really good with battery life. I mean, you can run off a single AA battery for. I mean, I don't even know how many hours, but I don't ever really go into a game and ever have to worry about the battery going dead unless it's been in there for a while. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like in a one-place session you're going to kill a battery unless you're using maybe like some Dollar Tree batteries. I don't know. But these are... So the Vive wands also used a lithium polymer battery. And I guess the lithium polymer battery has some pros over a lithium ion battery, supposedly. And this is a breakdown in this chart, and it'll tell you the lithium ion, and the lithium polymer. And the one good thing that I do see is that the Vive wands had a 960 milliamp battery, where the Index is going to have an 1100 milliamp battery. So you are going to get a little bit more battery life out of it, hopefully. But that also depends on what all the controller's doing. If that controller might use a lot more power than what the Vive wands did. I don't know how.
No, it shouldn't.
But
because it's all low energy Bluetooth or whatever they're using.
I was just thinking with the haptic feedback, like that they have stronger haptic feedback motors in them or anything like that. I don't know how that'll impact it, but
yeah, but I mean, we've got that in touch now. So I know we talked about this, and you had me even a little scared, but I thought about it. So even just with a AA battery that we're using now in touch, they don't go dead on me like every time I play.
Right.
So as long as you're charging it every single time, I feel like it'll never be an issue because I've never had a play session where even if it's 6 hours, I don't put a new battery in and then by the end need one.
Right, for sure.
So I don't think it does worry me a little just because, if we're in the middle of a game and it happens, I literally grab one real quick, throw one in, and I'm back in about, 20 to 30 seconds.
So what are your thoughts? Are your thoughts on after every time we get done with the play session, you put the controllers back on the charger? I don't know how the charger is going to work. Is it going to be a dock? Is it going to be a plug-in, like a USB plug-in? Is that?
Pretty sure they're just plug-in, yeah.
Okay. So is that what your plan is?
Yeah, it's going to have to be.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Luckily for me, I have like a charge station on my desk because I have a lot of camera equipment, batteries. So, I have, 4 micro USB. I have Type-C. I have all the plugs that I could ever need to charge stuff.
Yeah. So that's what Flem said in here. He said, just keep them charged when you're not playing and you're fine. And that's probably going to be the case. I'm just so used to having a hot swap battery that I never have to worry about if it does go dead while I'm playing. Because like you said, you just pop a new one in and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and I know
we haven't played on the Vive a whole bunch. We both tried Vives and stuff different places, but we never owned one. So if anybody can comment on the battery life in their Vive wands, of how that worked out for them, like how long of a straight play time can you go before they start to run down? And these should be a little bit better with a little bit bigger battery milliamp capacity.
As long as it's not using more, then it'll just cancel itself out. But yeah.
Right, yeah. So that was the only thing I'm a little worried about, but I think it'll be fine. I'm not too worried.
I do get it. I'm actually surprised nobody's sold any type of stand charger for it though.
I think they will. Yeah, I think they will. It's just
but new. I don't think anybody did for the Vive, did they?
There was a
there
Insignia,
was.
I think, or something. There was something on Best Buy.
Then you couldn't buy it for a while. It was either sold out or they weren't.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were.
I think they even came out with something for Touch too, a rechargeable battery for the Touch and a dock thing. I don't know if that ever came out, but
they did just here kind of too long ago, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue.
Yeah, probably not. I'm just probably worried about
just something different.
I just don't want my batteries to go dead in the middle of the most epic Contractors game ever, and then my batteries die, and I'm like, crap, sorry, dude.
It happens. I've actually done that. I've stepped on my cable and pulled the HDMI out. I'm right in the middle of the heat of
such
10
a horrible
kills
thing.
And I'm like, really? Right now?
It's so bad.
I know it is too.
Well, I don't know if our widget is working because I haven't seen anything all show. And it did go up. It did go up. So no, it did go up. So it's not, our widget is not working. We can affirm or confirm our widget is not working.
That's too bad.
We really thought it was going to.
I know. We'll work on that.
It was going to look like that. Did that pop up for everybody?
Yeah, that popped up. Well, yeah, it popped up.
I don't know if they can see it or not, but yeah, it might be. But it should do that. So maybe next time we'll try to get that working a little bit. I don't know what happened, but that was our first time playing around with that. So I don't think it did pop up for them, but that's all right.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. We're still learning.
We thought about trying to do different stuff and mix it up a little bit. It's too bad, though, because I was even thinking about that. When we play videos for people, a lot of people listen to this, too. I know we kind of talked even with Anthony on VR 365 about that. He listens to a lot of it. So I feel like sometimes when we play trailers, they may be missing out. But, we try and describe it after the fact and talk about it.
And I mean, some of the trailers probably saw audio, and a lot of people that probably watch this show have already seen a lot of these trailers, like the Battlewake trailer. Maybe not some of the smaller stuff that we're talking to people about and kind of showing that off. They might not have seen those yet, but stuff like the Battlewake trailer, I'm sure most everybody has seen. I don't think that's. I mean, some of those games are pretty big news when you got a game developer like Servios that's putting out another game.
Yeah, they're working on cool stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited.
Definitely. Yeah,
I mean, they are definitely not afraid of the VR space. They just keep pumping them out, which is awesome.
I kind of thought about, last night I was thinking, I'm surprised that there hasn't been a couple of devs, because everyone we talk to that's developing games, it's a 1, maybe 2, 3-man crew, helping out. I feel like there should be a couple devs go together and really make one super development company for VR. Guys who are good at one thing, get another guy who are good. And I know that's what guys try to do, but I mean, really go for a AAA title.
Yeah. I think we're getting closer to those days where we're going to start seeing that. I think we are. I just don't know when it's going to be. And I mean, we don't know. You don't know that Rockstar isn't working on something huge in the background. They're just not ready to talk about it yet. I mean, they obviously dabbled in it a little bit, with that LA Noire.
Right, but they don't have experience like some of these smaller guys do. These guys have to go through the trial and tribulations, of learning and optimizing and working on with smaller, lower end PCs.
But maybe they've been doing that for the last 2 years. We don't know for sure.
They have, but
I mean, how much would that blow up the VR community if we just out of nowhere Rockstar announced a GTA game or something? I mean, that would just be... Yeah. I mean, I would almost rather them do that than tell us 2 years ago they were working on it and make us wait. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't want
to... Yeah. I mean, Stormlands got dropped, E3 like 2 years ago or something? Remember.
It's been a while, and we still haven't seen it yet. Like, that anticipation is harder to deal with than they're like, hey, we're about to drop this huge game, and it's going to be available in a month. Instead of, we're working on it, we have no idea when it's going to be done. So I think there are probably a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we don't know about that are... Because, I mean, you can't ignore the VR space now. I mean, it really is starting to pick up traction, and I think it's going to be hard to ignore. Like, it's definitely, in some aspect, I don't think flat gaming is going anywhere.
No.
But I think there's a lot of people that are going to migrate over and, probably still play some flat games too. But it is definitely a growing space. It's just not growing as fast as everybody originally anticipated it was going to.
But I mean, the best thing for these companies to do is just do ports. I mean, The Forest has been out for flat for so long, and they added VR. I mean, stuff like that is just, and it's good VR.
Yeah, The Forest is really good. It's
not janky, like the controls barely work or get by.
The Forest was rough at first, though. They had to do some updates to get it running better, but it runs good. I mean, we spent quite a bit of time in there.
But I mean, the whole table, the whole blanket that comes out in front of you with your inventory, you can see it and like grab stuff and craft on a table in front of you and boom, send it to your hand, you're done, you're out, you're back, with a weapon or whatever you're building.
They did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, with full integrated touch control, that's awesome. It wasn't just for a headset, and running on a keyboard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll see what happens, but...
I just don't know why GTA can't do it. It's killing me.
I know. You and everybody else. I really want Forza Horizon in VR too. Like, that's one of the big ones that I want because, I'm not a huge sim racer guy or anything. I like it. I enjoy it. But I want that open world driving and where you can modify the cars and then you can take them out and rip them down the street. You know what I mean? Like, I really want... Those are two of the bigger ones that I really want is the GTA and the Forza Horizon in VR. That's the two that come to mind. I literally
just got done building my own personal Triumph inside that game.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest thing to be driving like a TR6 down through a video game. And if I could be doing that in VR, like I do in real life, and just rip it apart, slamming it into walls and other cars, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Except then I may go out and do it in real life, so that might be a little scary. But
yeah. So Recycled said if Rockstar has something, we won't know until it's almost ready. And hopefully I think that may be the case, and I hope that is the case. I really
they don't usually drop stuff way ahead of time.
Yeah. So, and I don't... and if they are just dabbling and testing and stuff and trying to figure it all out still, they're probably not going to say anything until they're closer to an actual product, you know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't think so either. Which is good because, a lot of these... I'll put it as a warning out there because we cycle through a lot of helping devs and stuff too, but they push these release dates that they end up not making, and I feel like it drives traffic away from their games.
Yeah, it does.
Because then people get frustrated with it. So, I mean, to me, some of these guys like Lo-Fi just putting out, into 2020, he's not pushed. And let's say he does get it done by Christmas. Let's say somebody jumps on board with him, helps finish it, then it's a win-win.
Even better. Yeah, it's even better.
So, and I know I'm still amped about it, and I know that the release date is then. So, I'm cool with that. But don't under-deliver, or over-promise and under-deliver.
Yeah, that's for sure. So.
Yeah, I know. It's how
good stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything we wanted to touch on that we haven't touched on yet? We got the. I think we got it.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna? Oh, so, Day to Night. I don't know if you guys heard much of that, and I know we'll try and probably get something on here about it here in the near future. But he's working on a full map remodel for that game, and kind of reworking all his guns and everything in it. I know you probably don't. I don't know if you know much about it, Sean.
No, I don't.
Really cool game. It's the same developer as Drop In, but he's actually got another guy who kind of had his own development going on, Knighted Studio. But they've kind of joined together and they're working on it. It looks really cool. I don't really have too much to show about it at the moment, not yet.
Yeah, maybe next episode we'll talk about it a little bit more and show some more.
Yep, but it is really cool and definitely what we're looking into.
Yeah, and I'm super excited about Drop-In. If you didn't see anything about that, that was a couple episodes ago. But the dev was in chat and talking about it, and we were showing off some of his early footage and stuff, and that game is just, it's going to be awesome, and especially if he can get that onto the Quest. Like, that's going to be so awesome if that makes it to Quest. That's going to be really good.
I know, yeah.
I almost spilled my coffee.
Oh, don't do that.
I know. Almost broke my Paradise Decay cup.
Oh no, no more number one.
Yeah,
then
for
he
real.
actually might have the number one.
Yeah, mine. I would lose that title for sure.
But yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool games coming out. We've got some stuff kind of in the works coming up.
Yeah,
so
keep track of this week. Hopefully, we'll have something pretty early. That's pretty cool. That
definitely
nobody knows about yet. So.
I would say turn on some notifications on our channel. Well, I'll just say that. You might catch it first.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty cool what we got in the works. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on our channel.
Yeah, for sure. So, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. And hopefully by next time we'll have the widget working where it'll pop up on the video. I was really excited for that, and it was an epic fail. But we do appreciate the subscribers either way. So,
no, not as epic as maybe running into a wall with a VR headset, but close enough.
Yeah, and definitely follow the Discord. We will after this. We'll add a tab for the coffee stuff. You can put it in general now or whatever, but we'll add a tab for the coffee stuff. You can put pictures.
I'll get on there right away, and I'll make sure. I'm pretty sure I already have the Discord link inside the description for this video.
Yeah,
if not,
should be.
I'll make sure it's added there. Yeah, and then I'll throw it on there right away. I'll get some channel on our Discord, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It's a good idea. We could even put names and stuff.
What do you want to call it? All right, we need some help in the chat. What do you want to call the coffee tab? I'm about to add it right now.
All right, let's. It's a good question. I don't know. Maybe somebody in chat can recommend something.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a great question.
I don't know what. I mean, I can just call it coffee, but that's new people that haven't seen this episode are gonna be like, "What is this? This is silly."
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know what
Somebody
to
will
put.
think of something.
Yeah. So we'll.
Paradise Decay always has a good comment for everything. We should.
Yeah. He'll just want to call it the Paradise Decay coffee mug section, though. So
that's true.
I don't know if we should call it that, but we could. But mug shots. Oh, I like that.
Oh, there we
T-dub. T-dub. That's pretty good.
Done.
We could do mug shots. Should we put the word coffee in there too, though? Because we'll do a general coffee. So we'll do mug shots with like parentheses of coffee or something.
There you go.
I like that.
Mix. Yep.
Lo-fi coffee. That's what Paradise Decay said.
Lo-fi, gosh, it's so good. Wait till you guys get in this, man. It's so good.
Yeah, I can't wait for everybody to see it.
I know. Yeah, it's definitely going to be I mean, for me, it's definitely a game changer. I'm just a big audio guy, so for me, spatial audio makes a game. It's just about the sensory. It's so good. I don't want to keep talking about it, but man, I just can't stop thinking about it. It's so cool.
Okay, that channel should be added on there.
That's awesome. Yeah, so if you guys do get some pictures of your coffee mugs and stuff.
I do like mug shots. That was good.
Yeah, that's awesome. It is really good. Yeah, we'll get them up on the next show. That'd be cool.
R&R coffee. Man, there's some good ones. I like all of these. For sure. Yeah, but throw your coffee cups up there. I am interested to see what, because I mean, hopefully you guys do drink coffee with us in the morning. That's like the whole idea of the show. So hopefully, you guys have some cool cups, or if not, get some cool cups and let us see them. I would love to see.
Yeah, we talked about that with Anthony too. He said he even drinks coffee late in the day, and I know you do too.
Sometimes,
I can't once in a while. Yeah. So absolutely, shoot us a fix. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely try to get those put up there. And I mean, that's one of those things. Like, I like people like to collect things, and in us starting to do this, I kind of like want to collect cool coffee cups now for some reason, and just mix it up all the time. Or what you might never know what you're gonna see on the show. Like,
I know you're gonna have to put a shelf up right behind you.
I could, but then I'm gonna be playing a VR game, and I'm gonna crash into it, and they're all gonna go flying. So that might be dangerous too. Just like your light. Yeah.
Put them up above your picture, So
I could do that. It might not be a bad idea. But what does yours say? I actually sent this to Tyler for his birthday. I ordered for him, and
so
the light kind of washes it out. Yeah, sure, it's hard to see.
It says, it's gonna screw it up. Can't see it. Coffee first, then virtual reality.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
I sent that to him for his birthday. I never said anything. It just showed up at his house. He was like, "What is this?"
That was pretty cool.
So
that was awesome. I wondered. I'm like, I know I didn't order anything. It was in my name, and I'm like, I guess we'll open it.
Yeah, it's always fun getting something you're not expecting in the mail.
I know, right? Yeah, it's cool.
For sure. So
a birthday cup. Thanks, man.
Definitely. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe and join the Discord. Let us see what you got going on in your mug shots, and just keep a watch for some stuff coming out. We have some
yeah,
cool
and if you guys want to do a play session and stuff too, let us know on Discord. We're gonna get together a play session here. We might even do it. I don't know, this weekend or next weekend, one or the other.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what everybody wants to play. Give us some ideas of what you guys want to try to get into. It have to be something that we can get a decent amount of people in. We don't want something with just 3 people, me and somebody else.
And we actually do have some channels, some audio channels for some teams too in our Discord. So, if we do want to split up and run 4-man teams or something,
have
a channel,
sure.
we're good to go.
Fantasy Film Production said I have a giant Harry Potter coffee mug. That's awesome. Let us see it. Send it to us. Let us see it.
I do want to see that.
Yeah. So somebody asked, which cable management system do you have? And we actually, me and you both basically have the same thing, but we don't have anything crazy. We just have the extension cables that come off the back of the PC. Because for me, I usually unplug my headset, so I usually unplug from the extension cables. I don't have to get to the back of the PC or anything. And I have thought about doing the cable system, like with the pulleys and everything.
Right.
But I just haven't went that far yet, and I don't know that I'm going to. And I don't know. I mean, people that say that when they go that route, they don't want to go back, and it does seem like a nice thing to have. But then you always have to leave your headset for the most part, like hanging on a wall or something like that.
So for me, it's hard to describe. So I actually have a standing desk for my VR, which is actually where I'm at now. You guys can't see. And I actually have all my stuff stored under it, and it's a fold-away desk that goes in a closet. So I don't want all that stuff left out in my room. So for me, the cable works, and I've got 4-foot extensions with the extensions attached to each other at the end, kind of like a breakout. And it works really good. I don't really have to untangle it too much. But yeah, everyone's got different preferences, but get the Quest and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, for sure. So on that note, I was just thinking, since we were adding a channel in there, that why don't we add a setup channel that we could show people's setups? I mean, like you have some pretty cool pictures of your setup that we could throw up on there. So I don't know if T-Dub has any more tricks up his sleeve for another channel name for showing people's VR setups or PC setups or anything cool like that. But if he does have something, throw it out there, or anybody else. It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I could. I don't usually. I think I sent you a picture yesterday.
Yeah, I think there's one on Instagram. There's 1 or 2 on Instagram.
Yeah. I took before we went on Anthony's show yesterday.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, I could throw that out there.
And other people could too. I'm curious to see what other people, how their setup is. It's always fun to see people's setups. So.
Yeah, my problem is I have so much stuff hooked up between, different cameras that I run, my lighting stuff, everything. It's just,
and so another thing is I don't want to go too crazy on this room here because we've been looking into selling this house and buying another one. If we do that, I don't want to have anything that's hard to tear down and stuff. But
sure.
And that is another thing we thought about. You guys have actually been looking into doing kind of the same thing here maybe in the future. And if we do, we're curious, like, would people be interested in seeing our not step by step, but basically like build progress of a new VR space with a streaming space and stuff. I know that stuff can be kind of fun, and I would like people's input. What I mean? Like, oh, you should place that there. Hang that. You know what I mean? Like, it would be cool. So if anybody's interested in that, we could do stuff like that.
They would both be ground up builds, basically, of VR rooms. So yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, and and if it does work out, it would be nice because I would have a bigger space. Like, this is the smallest room in our house, and it's only like a 9x10 or something like that, so it's not a very big room, so I don't have a ton of space to do stuff, but the other room would be a lot bigger, and it would be, I could have a stream kind of set up with the PC and stuff, and then, a VR area. And this was, like, my desk here is pretty small because I never planned on doing anything like this. It was just basically to have a keyboard, a mouse, a monitor, and the computer, you know what I mean? And I have a drawer for junk, but, so it'd be nice to have a different setup, so.
It is hard. I feel like you can always use more space with VR.
Oh, for sure.
So I feel like the bigger you can go, the better. But it's nice that you can play in a smaller space, but it's just it takes you out of VR, when you have to work as much.
Right, for sure. So looking forward to that stuff. So
we'll
see what happens if people want to see it. But yeah, throw your stuff up there on the Discord, and we definitely appreciate everybody being here. We had a ton of fun, like always. We look forward to these shows big time. So we kind of rambled on here at the end, but we just like to talk sometimes and get involved.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of end up what we do anyways on our Saturdays, when we talk VR.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we got into a little bit of, personal, how we kind of got into it and everything yesterday on Anthony's show.
Yeah, so go back and watch that. Definitely check out his channel.
It's too bad. I know our audio on his end wasn't really coming through.
Yeah, something happened weird with our audio feed. I'm not sure if it was like a bit rate issue or something, but we probably will go back on a show at some point. We'll try to get that figured out. I don't know what exactly happened. I mean, you can still hear us. It just didn't sound. It just sounded a little weird, but it was all right.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
So, but we had fun. We definitely appreciate being on there, and go check out his channel. And there's, I think, F Reality podcast starts it, and pretty shortly. It's like 1 o'clock our time. I don't know what time. So it starts. Yeah, it's like 11:30. So I think it starts at 1 o'clock. But so definitely check that out. You got VR Roundtable tomorrow. Virtual Strangers puts theirs out. I think like Monday morning, real early. So there's a bunch of good stuff to listen to this week, so we definitely appreciate you being here, and drop some comments down below and let us know about your coffee mugs and whatever else, how you're going to show people your quests and get people hooked. Let us know how you get them hooked.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to start putting my mugs on there. I know Anthony wanted my Subaru mug that I had.
Oh, yeah, you have a Subaru.
I should have told him
mug.
I'd send him one, but
yeah,
we'll see.
So, awesome. All right, guys, well, we definitely appreciate it, and next week might be a little bit different. Me and the wife are going to a bed and breakfast thing for the weekend for our honeymoon. That was last weekend or whatever. So I don't know what we're going to do for the show. We'll probably get it out maybe Sunday evening, something like that. So we'll do something next weekend. It just might not be Saturday at 10 a.m. So just keep a lookout for it. We'll put a placeholder up.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll do some play sessions or something too, just to fill the gap.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah.
All right, we appreciate it, guys.
Yep. See you guys.
Have a good one.
Take her easy. We'll see you in VR.
Yeah, later.